Hello everyone and welcome back to another Destiny video. In today's video I have a long-awaited guide that you guys have been wanting me to make for a couple months now. Now in today's video we have a comprehensive guide on how to snipe in Destiny. So if you learned something today during this video, be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe if you're not already for future Destiny videos. So with that being said guys, let's get right on into this guide. Now before you even get into a game, before you even choose your sniper, before you even start sniping at all, you need to go into your settings and you need to make sure your sensitivity is at a decent range. Now I play on 3 sensitivity. This is going to be different for everyone. It really depends on your playstyle and just how sensitive you like your analog sticks to be. So play around with that. Make sure that you find a sensitivity that really works best for you, because this is one of the most important parts of sniping. Before you even get into a game, this can really affect how you play. Now while you're in your settings, go down to your controller behavior and consider turning off your vibration. Now this is not necessary, but I do like to turn off my vibrations. I feel like it distracts me sometimes and it will throw my aim off a little bit if my controller is vibrating when I'm trying to shoot someone. So you may want to turn that off, but again, that's totally up to you. And some people will find it easier to snipe with the vibration on. Now if you have never sniped in Destiny whatsoever, I would actually suggest that you start playing with the No Land Beyond. Now this might sound crazy, and it probably is a little bit, but if you actually have a No Land Beyond and you've never sniped before, just start off by using the No Land Beyond. Now, why I say this is because it's actually one of the most difficult snipers to use and get used to, but it is also really similar to a lot of the other snipers in the game. So if you can get good with the No Land Beyond, you can pretty much get good with any sniper, and that's why I say that you should start by using the No Land Beyond. Now, what you will need to practice doing if you've never sniped before is just staying back. That is another reason why we want to use No Land Beyond, because it only shoots one bullet at a time, it has a really low rate of fire, and it will teach you to stay back and really utilize every bullet you can, which is something you must do once you have your sniper out. So it is just really a lot easier to start out with the No Land Beyond. That way you don't have to worry about getting special ammo, you don't have to worry about anything, you're always going to have ammo, and you can get as much practice in as you need before you actually switch to a real sniper rifle. Now you can also use the Queenbreaker's bow. This will teach you to really be patient and time your shots, but again, No Land Beyond is what you really do want to start with unless you're already slightly experienced. Otherwise, you might want to consider using Queenbreaker's bow just to learn how to time your shots a little better and really utilize your cover. That can help a little bit. So if you are already pretty comfortable with sniping and just want to use something else other than No Land Beyond, Queenbreaker's bow is also another option. So now that you finally have your sniper and you are in a game, now I can actually start giving you tips on how to play differently that will actually make you play as a better sniper. So when you're using a sniper, you really need to play in a very specific way. You can't play like you have a fusion rifle or like you have a pulse rifle or something and just run into their spawn and aimlessly just hope to God that you get a headshot and kill people. It's really not going to work out. You might get a few lucky headshots here and there. You might get a few kills, but the most effective and useful way to use the sniper is to stay back and really utilize your choke points. So what you see me doing here is you can see there's an orb on the left and there's an orb on the right. Now I found myself in the most perfect location because I can see both orbs at the same time. I don't even have to move. And this is one of the best situations you can find yourself in. There's only one place for the guy to go. He can either get the res on the left and the res on the right. And without moving from the spot that I'm in, I am able to easily see both orbs and pick up that snipe with absolutely no problem whatsoever and get that kill and end the round. So when you find yourself in certain situations, you really want to make sure that you can see everywhere, as much areas as possible, but you also want to make sure that you can easily run away. Like I was sitting up on that wall, but at any point I could easily jump back and be completely behind cover and he would not be able to shoot me. And that is something you really need to find out and get used to when sniping, is to easily be able to get out of any engagement you're in and fall behind cover. So you always need to be paying attention on where your nearest escape route is and where your nearest cover is. So just in case you take a bullet you weren't expecting, you always have your escape route planned and you always have that cover that you can fall back on if you just need to reload really quick or just figure out what you're going to do next.
Zone B neutralized. Double down. 3 opponents down. Zone B secure.
So take advantage of the spots on the map that Bungie has put in here to snipe from. There's a lot of platforms to snipe on, there's a lot of cover to get, and there's a lot of vertical space. Now you want to find yourself as the highest point possible. That's the easiest place that you can get snipes. Now that doesn't mean camp by any means. If anything, you're going to really piss your teammates off by doing that. But if you're going for a lot of kills and you were just really looking for a lot of kills and you know where someone is, always make sure you're as high up as possible. They're not going to be expecting to look up to try to kill you, and it's a lot easier to get a kill from higher up because you won't be taking that many shots. So there are some maps where you can't get that high up or that don't have that much vertical space, and so this is where you really need to start learning how to utilize your cover. You're going to see me here I know that the enemy is on C, but I also know that they can see me from B. So I check my corner over there on B and make sure no one's there. And then once I start going for C, I know I have a sniper rifle, I know I have the No Land Beyond, and that I can't shoot a lot of bullets out. So I really want to make sure that the first bullet I get is a headshot. Now you can see me staying back, and I know that the guy's going to push up eventually once they cap that flag because he knows I have a sniper and he's really impatient, so I know he's going to rush up on me. So again, stay patient, stay back, let him rush you, and then just get that quick headshot or body shot and then switch to your second weapon and finish them off. Now in this next kill, you're really going to see me utilize my cover. I jumped back, I was a little hurt, I knew there was a guy behind me, so immediately I jumped behind the wall until my health was maxed out. Now right here, he wanted me to go to the left, and I figured he thought I was going to go to the left, so instead of doing that, I immediately went to the right. Now I caught him completely off guard, and he had no idea where it was, so I jumped to the left again, and instead of shooting him, I just run right back around to the right, and he still doesn't know where I am. So this is where you pull out your sidearm and just finish up the kill real quick, and he just doesn't even have a chance. When someone thinks you're going to go one way, just go the opposite and throw them off. If you don't have no land beyond on you, you should be able to get that kill with your second weapon. I'm running double snipers here, so I wasn't able to really switch. So don't run double snipers if you're not comfortable with it. But either way, guys, if you use your no land beyond it and you find yourself dying a lot, just keep it up. Just stick with it a little bit. Try to just, if you find yourself doing bad with the no land, then try changing up your playstyle. You know, if some of the tips I aren't giving you aren't helping because the other team you're playing is too good, maybe just wait till the next game and switch to a sniper then if you're not too great with your sniper. But don't get frustrated. You will become better over time. It just takes a little bit of time and patience, and you will find yourself to become a better sniper using these tips. So once you've played a few games, I'd say about 5, and you've just started looking at the maps in a different way and just started looking at the maps as a sniper instead of someone that runs around and spawns and caps flags, you need to look at the maps as a sniper and really check all those points. So after about 4 or 5 games with the No Land Beyond, you should be alright. You should pretty much have the hang of things and be able to snipe a little bit better at that point. And then you can then stop using the No Land Beyond if you want. It's a little annoying, and I can understand why it would be frustrating to use that thing a lot of the time. So if you're using a sniper with a scope, it's important to make sure you're using the correct one. So my favorite one is the Ambush SLH-25. That scope is really good for really close ranges. It's not going to be really great for really far range. So if you're on a far map, you probably don't want to use that, and you're going to want to use the Ambush instead. So the SLH-25 and the Ambush sights are my 2 favorite scopes in the game, and I hardly ever use any other scope. Those are the 2 scopes that I can recommend, but there may be other ones that are better for your playstyle. So those are all of the tips that I can give you guys today. Those are pretty much all of the basics when it comes to sniping in Destiny. So hopefully you guys learned something today and actually find yourself getting better after watching this guide. If you do, please be sure to drop a like down below and stay tuned for episode 2 of this guide. Will be released sometime during this week. So if you're not already, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Zone C secure.